Quantum physics explained like you're 5 years old. Everything around you is made from tiny things. Your chair, your shoes, your dog, your toothbrush, even you. And when scientists looked very closely at those tiny things, they discovered something strange. The tiny world does not follow the same rules as basketballs and bicycles and apples. It follows quantum physics. And today we're going to understand 3 of the weirdest quantum ideas ever discovered: superposition, the double slit experiment, and entanglement. First, superposition. Imagine flipping a coin. When the coin lands on the table, it's heads or tails. Easy. But while the coin is spinning in the air, it feels less certain. You can't point and say definitely heads. You also can't say definitely tails. It's in a kind of maybe state while it spins. Quantum particles are a little like that. A tiny particle, like an electron or a photon, can exist in a mix of possibilities before we check it. Scientists call this superposition. That's a big word, so here's the simple version. Superposition means many maybes. A particle might be here. It might be there. Until we measure it, the answer is not settled the way we expect in normal everyday life. Now this part is important. When scientists say checking, they do not mean a person staring really hard with their eyeballs. Checking means interacting with the particle somehow. Maybe a detector bumps into it. Maybe light hits it. Maybe a measuring machine touches it in a tiny way. In the quantum world, measuring is physical. Something has to interact with the particle. And when that happens, the many maybes turn into one actual answer. The fuzzy cloud of possibilities becomes one result. Scientists sometimes call that collapse. Not because something breaks, but because all the possibilities collapse down into one outcome. So if a particle had a maybe state of here or there, measuring it gives one answer. Here. Or there. Not both anymore. Now you might wonder, does the particle secretly know the answer the whole time? Quantum experiments suggest something stranger. The maybe state is actually real in the mathematics and behavior of the tiny world. And scientists have tested this idea over and over again. Which brings us to the most famous quantum experiment ever performed, the double slit experiment. Picture a wall with 2 narrow openings in it, 2 little slits, like 2 tiny doors. Behind the wall is a screen. Now imagine throwing marbles at the wall. Some marbles go through the left slit, some go through the right slit. On the screen behind the wall, you get 2 groups of hits, 2 piles. Exactly what you would expect. Now let's replace the marbles with waves. Think about ripples in water. If 2 sets of ripples spread across a pond, they overlap. In some places, the waves add together and make bigger ripples. In other places, they cancel each other out and make smaller ripples. This creates a striped pattern called an interference pattern. Waves make stripes. So far, this all makes sense. Balls make 2 piles. Waves make stripes. Now comes the quantum part. Scientists tried the experiment with tiny particles like electrons and photons, and they sent them one at a time. One tiny particle, then another, then another. You might expect 2 piles because particles are little objects, right? But after many particles hit the screen, something shocking appeared. Stripes, an interference pattern, the kind waves make, even though the particles were sent one at a time. That was the big surprise. It looked as if each particle behaved like a wave of possibilities spreading through both slits at once, a maybe mix. The particle was not acting like a tiny baseball anymore. It behaved more like a probability wave. And slowly, 1 dot at a time, the stripe pattern appeared on the screen. This experiment changed physics forever, because it showed that quantum particles can behave differently from ordinary objects. Now the story gets even stranger. Scientists asked a new question. What if we try to see which slit the particle actually goes through? So they placed detectors near the slits, tiny measuring devices. The detectors checked whether the particle used the left slit or the right slit. And when scientists did that, the stripes disappeared, gone. Instead of a stripe pattern, the screen showed 2 piles again, just like ordinary particles. So without path checking, the particles behaved wave-like. With path checking, they behaved more like little balls. Why? The important thing is this. The particle is not deciding because it knows somebody is watching. Quantum particles are not tiny actors performing for an audience. The detector changes the experiment because measuring involves interaction. The detector bumps the particle. It tags the particle with information, and that interaction changes the behavior. Remember superposition? The many maybes? The wave-like behavior depends on those maybes staying together smoothly. But measuring which path the particle takes breaks that smooth wave behavior, and then the interference pattern disappears. Quick thing. If this is starting to click for you, hit the like button. It genuinely helps more people find this content. And if you're not subscribed yet, now is probably a good time. There's a lot more of this coming. Okay, back to the double slit experiment. So the double slit experiment teaches us two huge ideas. Tiny particles can behave like waves, and measuring affects what happens. That sounds weird because our everyday world does not work that way. A soccer ball does not spread through two doors at once. But tiny quantum objects do not follow ordinary rules. They follow quantum rules. Now for the third idea. Entanglement. This one made even Einstein uncomfortable. Imagine you have two gloves, one left glove and one right glove. You place them into two separate boxes. You keep one box and send the other box far away. When you open your box and see a left glove, you instantly know the other box contains the right glove. That part is normal. But quantum entanglement is stranger than that. In quantum physics, two particles can become linked so strongly that they act like parts of one shared system, one team. Scientists call this entanglement. Here's the strange part. Suppose two entangled particles fly very far apart. Maybe one stays on Earth. Maybe the other travels across space. When scientists measure one particle, the result is connected to the result from the other particle. The answers are linked. Not because the particles are sending secret text messages, and not because they secretly planned everything in advance in a simple classical way. Quantum entanglement creates correlations stronger than normal everyday objects can produce. Experiments have tested this many times, and every time, quantum physics keeps being correct. Now, people sometimes hear about entanglement and think this means faster than light communication. But that is not how it works. You cannot use entanglement like a magic telephone. The results are still random. You cannot choose what answer appears when you measure your particle. What scientists discover is that when they later compare notes, the answers match in special quantum ways. So entanglement is not a faster-than-light messaging app. It is more like two particles sharing one connected quantum story. And this idea is not just science fiction. Scientists use entanglement in real technology. Quantum computers use superposition and entanglement to process information in new ways. Quantum cryptography uses quantum rules to help create super-secure communication systems. Researchers are even building giant quantum networks, all from these strange tiny world rules. Now let's put everything together. Superposition means tiny things can exist in many maybes until measurement gives one answer. The double slit experiment shows that quantum particles can behave like waves and create interference patterns. And entanglement means particles can become deeply linked as one connected system. These ideas sound unbelievable at first, but they are not fantasy stories. Scientists discovered them through experiments, careful experiments, repeated experiments, experiments that keep giving the same results again and again. That's why quantum physics is one of the most successful scientific theories ever created. And even though quantum physics feels strange, it helps explain how the universe really works underneath everything we see. Inside stars, inside atoms, inside light, inside computers, inside you. The tiny world is not broken. It is just different from the world our brains evolved to expect. And that might be the most amazing part of all. The universe is stranger, more complicated, and more interesting than it first appears. The next video coming up on your screen now picks up right where this one leaves off. Except this time, we look at how these quantum rules stop being just theory and start showing up in things you actually use every day. It's worth your time. Go watch it next. I'm Billy, and I probably spend too much time thinking about the fact that the universe you live in, the one you can touch and see and feel, runs on rules that your brain was never built to understand. Not because you're not smart enough, but because your brain evolved to deal with chairs and food and danger, not electrons. If the world feels slightly stranger to you right now than it did 10 minutes ago, subscribe. That's exactly what we do here.